Hi, Gino, Borges here with The Wild Self. This is the final part in the multi-part series of reviewing the King's Speech. Today I want to focus on the theme of experience versus credentials. If you watch the King's Speech, we learned that Lionel, about halfway through the movie, doesn't have the credentials that the King thought he had. The King the entire time thought that Lionel was a doctor of speech pathology, a doctor that was recognized by some famous institution, because why would he go to anybody inferior? But what's interesting about that is Lionel fortunately was able to show his skills enough with Birdie so that even Birdie was able to overcome that construct in our head that we have, that we want somebody credentialed. Only credentialed people have skills. And while that's true culturally speaking, I do agree that credentials provide a certain part or a certain set of skills. We cannot, folks, we cannot overlook real life experimentation and real life experience ease. So sometimes we have to cut through those symbols. I know more and more of us are getting drawn into believing that people are experts in certain types of fields and we're looking for letters. I understand the entire cultural sort of game and cultural credentialing, and it has a role. It definitely has a role. It creates a system of trust, a system of safety, a system of competence. But we also have a lot of good-hearted and a lot of talented people out there that may not have letters after their name that have a lot to offer. So before we judge people and before we give too much credit or not enough credit, depending on who it is, to people, be conscious of how the symbols of credentialing can maybe cloud our judgments, and maybe put the credentials aside for a second and say, what does he or she or the organization have to offer me without all the symbols and without all the lettering? Okay? It's really, and in this particular instance in this movie, The King's Speech, we just had a real first-class example of here, focus on the effect. Lionel flat out helped the King get through his stammering. Okay? He flat out did it. Regardless of where he went to school, if he focused on the effect, he did his job. So we can focus on credentials, or we can focus on people that can actually deliver. So again, think about how credentials may stand in the way, or maybe just sort of suspend them for a moment when assessing people, so you get an entire picture and you can focus on the effect of what people can actually deliver. All right, thank you everybody.